You, who are of purer eyes that see evil and cannot look at wrong, why do you sit idly, looking at traitors and remain silent when the wicked swallows up the man more righteous than he? Habakkuk 1:13. So, Habakkuk is bringing his second complaint to God. Now, stop me if I'm wrong, but Habakkuk seems a little bit cheeky. Why do you idly sit and look at traitors and remain silent is a brash statement for the created to say to the Creator. Additionally, Habakkuk wades into a little idolatry by saying, when the wicked swallows up the man more righteous than he. I mean, who is Habakkuk to assume that he's more righteous than someone else? Strangely, I think about the 1914 Christmas truce. You've heard the account of how, on the Western Front, during the first Christmas of World War I, on Christmas Day there was very little fighting because of the holiday. And a portion of the front grew very quiet, listening to a lone German voice singing Christmas hymns. Before long, a flag of truce was raised, and soldiers from both sides, enemies only a few minutes before, made their way out into no man's land to exchange Christmas pleasantries, cigarettes, rations, kindness. Some soldiers even played a pickup game of soccer before the commanders saw that peace might be breaking out. So they ordered the combatants back into their trenches to open fire once again. Well, who is anyone to assume that the man over there is more wicked than me or is an enemy? Who am I to assume nefarious intentions of my neighbors who don't mow their lawns or who cover their windows with foil? Who am I to assume the worst about a stranger, somebody I don't know at all? Who am I to think I know more than God? Those men in 1914 didn't think of themselves better than the other. They simply saw an opportunity to not slaughter each other for a while and be civilized men instead of killing machines. Now, please understand, I'm not saying that the coming hordes from Babylon, referenced in Habakkuk, weren't terrifying, bloodthirsty, or fearsome. And I'm not saying that Judah didn't deserve God's discipline, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't assume some people could be threatening, and perhaps we should feel dread. But I am saying it was presumptuous of Habakkuk to assume God was idle, or that he was disinterested in watching people die. Indeed, I wonder how it must grieve God now to watch thousands of us here on the Third Rock kill each other daily, while we presume to be better than some of our other fellow men. God is never idle. God is never disinterested in every beat of every human heart and all 8 billion of us here today. All of us are tainted by unrighteous sin, and that sin requires atonement that only God can do. The only righteous being in the universe is God, he who was so righteous that he gave his only Son to brutally die for unrighteous we who didn't deserve it and still don't deserve it today.